Good day, hello, my beautiful angels. Welcome to Sacred Sagittarius. Angels Answers All, your long-standing original Sagittarius channel, only here on YouTube. Welcome, welcome, welcome. As we tap into our general overall energies for the month of April. Thank you for watching. As always, please share, like, and comment. It really means a lot to the channel. Okay, my cousin blessed and prayed for till life for time. We are talking about love readings. So a few housekeeping things to get out the way. These are general readings that may or may not pertain to you. Time is fluid. We could be talking about past, present, or future. When I say they, we can also be talking about you. So the roles can be reversed. And keep in mind that your intuition and then the actions and roles of others involved in your love life, your particular story, can always alter. I would always suggest that you get a personal reading, even if it's not with me, with someone else, if you want more direct and precise answers to your particular situation. You can always get an expanded personal reading or for general love reading if you're a subscriber who's had past services with me. Okay, well, this is general energy. As I was shuffling and meditating over the messages for this month of April, I was guided to the message of don't take someone for granted. So that could be the sign that some of you should be reminded that even though you have an ex that you might not be romantically attached to, if they approach you, if they reach out to you, or just anyone who likes you or thinks of you in a romantic way, even though you might not want to return those feelings or have those particular feelings of love towards them, not to take that person for granted, because as you know in life, we go up and then we can go down. So the same people that you meet on your rise up can also be the same people that you might need during times of struggle. So always try to keep your relationships and friendships, even with your exes, in a humble way. And again, don't take anyone for granted, because you never know, but for the grace of God, go any of us, and you might need that person. So that was a general message that I got as I meditated. We also start out with don't let anyone make decisions for you. So those of you who are in relationships where your partner might be a little obsessive or controlling, you need to start getting your strength back. You need to start putting in and elevating your voice in the relationship. Never let anyone make decisions for you. Even if they are your spouse, there should be mutual decisions met at 50-50. At the bottom of the deck, it isn't worth it. Some of you are trying to hold on to an abusive or controlling situation or relationship that really has ran its course. It's not worth the heartache and the aggravation and the time and energy you are putting into this relationship. So open up your eyes and see the forest from the trees. In the middle of the deck, we get forgive but don't forget. That is something that I try to convey to people. I talk about the energies of Sagittarius, especially when it comes to love. We have the capacity to forgive because it is the spiritual thing for us to do. But we do have challenges, as most people might have, with forgetting what you have done to us. And in a way, that's a safety mechanism so that we don't allow you to hurt us in that way ever again. So, just be patient with Sagittarius. For those of you who are cross watchers and you might want to get back in the fold of a Sagittarius, or you're trying to get them to forgive you, know that, they'll forgive you, but there's always going to be that part of them that's going to remember what you did to them. What other general energies we get? We're going to go to 3 cards. Alliance. Some of you might find a friend. Remember I just said about being nice with your exes and keeping the relationships and friendships cordial. Just because you're no longer together doesn't mean that you have to be arch enemies. Many of us, we started out as best friends with our exes, right? So sometimes it's, if you can, and when you get to that healthy state where you can have the friendship back, that person could be in alliance. You might need that person in the future. Not necessarily in a love situation, but this person could be someone that will stand up for you, or someone that will help you in a financial or emotional crisis. With the energy of commitment, some of you this month could be fighting commitment, or there could be a block to commitment. So you could be seeking commitment from someone and they could be kind of edgy, kind of giving you the runaround, not necessarily wanting to give you the commitment, not wanting to put a ring on the finger or seal it with a kiss. They might not want to be open to tell you what it is. Doesn't necessarily mean that they're cheating or there's someone else in the picture. There could be emotional things or family things going on with them that has sidetracked them, or emotionally they can't deal with making a commitment. They could be just not ready. So don't be surprised if some of you find that stumbling block. With the card of strategy, for some of you, in order for this person to make a commitment to you, you're going to have to play it easy. You're going to have to kind of play chess as they play checkers, vice versa. And know that we don't all move in the same way in the same time. And at the bottom of the deck with coach, some of you might be seeking a love coach or seeking someone for healing or therapy. If you're in a relationship where you're struggling with your partner to make a long-term commitment, this is like the sign of both of you seeking some type of counsel or therapy to get through it. In the middle of the deck with pride, their pride could be the reason why they don't want to commit in the way that you want to. Again, it could be through past hurt and pain, and they don't want to explain that to you. And they're very prideful in feeling that they don't want to go outside of your relationship, possibly to a therapist or a third party, to discuss what it is that they're dealing with emotionally. So a lot of what they're not conveying to you, if you're stuck with a growth spurt in your relationship or making it a long-term commitment as far as marriage, could be because there's a lot that they're holding back from you. Some could be shame or guilt, and they're just not ready to share it with you. We also get the card of Hand of Cards. Take a chance, risk, being strategic. Remember, we just got the card of strategy. So in this relationship that some of you are in or pursuing, this person is someone that you really got to watch everything, and you've got to move a certain way because they move a certain way. Photographs. There's someone in your past that is looking at pictures of you. This also could be your energy of looking at someone of the past. Again, like I said, I started out the energy with the suggestion that we need to be mindful to be sympathetic and understanding, and don't necessarily judge people who've hurt us in the past. Let God and karma take care with them with that. But, they could still have a connection to us that we're fighting, right? Some of us might have some type of entanglement in an emotional or soul tie way with someone with the past that we're struggling with. And they could be also on their end. So we can really feel this tension, this pull and push of the energies between us and this person. And you might miss this person, like I said, not for the romance, but for the keen sense of friendship and partnership that you share together. So definitely memorabilia, looking at each other's pictures, is something that could be possibly happening more often than so in this month of April. With the card of Paradise, some of you are reflecting and trying to elevate your relationship to a place of paradise. So that might be, let's go away, honey, to our favorite spot, creating romantic scenes, doing things, out of the ordinary to keep your marriage or your relationship vibrant. In the middle of the deck with the palm tree, many of you, like the palm tree, you want to set roots in your relationship. You want stability. You want to see growth. And many of you feel like you're at a particular stage in your relationship, and the time that you've spent in this relationship, that it should be at a particular place, right? We all have these guidelines or these expectations. And with these expectations, they're our expectations, but are they the same expectations as our partners? So that's why I feel, we got two cards within this reading of April regarding strategy, because you're going to have to realign or see how your strategy is opposed to that, if there's any that your partner has in this relationship, because maybe they might not see the same level of commitment or the type of commitment in the way that you do for the relationship. We also get the card, refusing to let go is pointless. What is yours will return. Some of you in a situation where someone is trying to leave you, or they're giving you hints that they're no longer in the relationship the way that they want to be. It could be even some of my Saggies who are thinking everything is great in their relationship, but yet there's this dark cloud of why won't they go the next step. It could be because the next step for them isn't moving ahead with you, but it could be moving on without you. And they don't know how to convey this to you without hurting you, because they do have some type of loving consideration for you. So you might refuse to let them go, which is truly pointless. Because when someone doesn't want you, or someone wants to be alone or move on without you, you really, what can you say, right? You just have to take that mental attitude and that spiritual attitude that if this person was meant to me, I will let them go, right? Because love is unconditional. And if it's meant for them to be in my life, they will be back in due time or divine timing. With the energy, relationships take work, show a little more effort. Yes, this definitely works in conjunction with the two strategy cards. A lot of you don't want to do the work, and you don't, I don't want to say make, but you don't encourage or speak to your significant partner about them also putting in the time and work that it takes to make a relationship work. Relationships are hard work, and it takes effort. It takes strategy on both parts. With the card silence creates uncertainty, be honest. Like I said earlier, some of you could be dealing with a partner where they're not discussing their feelings, what they're going through, what's the delay in putting a ring on your finger or taking it to the next step of commitment. It doesn't mean necessarily that they're not being honest, but you have this shroud of secrecy, it feels like, when you feel they're not coming forth with their truth and their emotions. And then with the card someone is sabotaging your relationship, if things have been funny between you and your partner, or everything was really going grand, and then all of a sudden you see like a slowdown, they're being very hesitant, they're not being as nurturing or loving or as attentive or as available as they usually were to you. It could be, yes, there is someone who could be capturing their energy, or someone could be working behind the scenes, putting things in your partner's head to divide you. So be aware of your surroundings, be around and pray on the situation to show forth to you if there is someone who is trying to divide you and your partner. Doesn't mean that they're trying to split you up because they want your person. They could split you up because they don't want you to be happy, okay? So we always have to keep that in mind. We also get the card of, well, yes, you've had people in your life that have messed you over. They've done bad things to you in relationships, and some of you are still struggling with that. You've turned your back on this person that has really done these foul things to you, and you're moving on and letting go. You are free. So a lot of you will be making moves in this spring month of April to new relationships, or just being back in love and in tune with yourself, letting go toxic people, toxic relationships, and people who just don't really want to commit, or people who've just been moving really foul and doing messed up stuff to you emotionally when they're supposed to love you. With the card illumination, finally the lights, the truth is coming to you. Something has been shown to you. The angels, the divine intervention has come in and brought that forth light to you to say, hey, this is what this person is. This is what this relationship is. And this is what it isn't. So you don't have these false expectations. You feel free now because you know what the truth is, and you can now live your life with purpose. You can live your life with intention, with or without this person. And for many of you, you're going to have to learn how to cope, because some of you have based your life or your existence around these particular partnerships or connections. And as you free yourself from them, which I love. Look, I was getting ready to rest this down with the GPS card. You're going to find the GPS. You're going to find the blueprint to your life and where you really should be, whom you should be with, and where you should be going in your life. So yes, it's depressing and it's hard and it's difficult when we have these breakups, especially when we thought, that was our forever partner. But in the hindsight, we have to appreciate the fact that these things happen to put us on a brighter path with a better person. We also get tunnel vision. Some of you could be feeling obsessive over a situation, or someone could be feeling obsessive over you, and they're not seeing the forest from the trees. Again, we have someone who's acting like a stranger. I don't know you. Someone can be very cold and evasive to you. Like I said, these could be partners who are slowly moving themselves away from you for whatever reason. And with goofy and playful, silly and fun, that's what many of you want in your new relationship. So that's what you're bringing back into your life, as many of you might move away from certain connections. Love is love. You want someone who is kind, good, and loving as you are in relationships. You want someone who is playful. Would you call it second best, just never good enough? You're tired of feeling like, you're always the bridesmaid, never the bride. So you definitely want someone who's going to love you on the same level as you love. At the bottom of the deck, we get slept with a friend's lover. I thought we could share everything. So there could be third-party intervention. It could even come in a nasty form. right? Somebody did something really effed up earlier, right, in the reading. It could be that they have slept with one of your friends, or one of your friends was intimate or made some type of connection with someone that you were dating. We also get the card, you let me down. Well, yeah, hell yeah. If your friend slept with your man or woman, yeah, definitely they let you down. You didn't see my tears. Like, they didn't recognize your pain of what was going on in the relationship, the distance that they caused. This person is not financially stable, so they could have been holding on to you for financial reasons only. That's why they kind of wasn't in the relationship fully, but they didn't actually want to let you go either, because they kind of needed you. I see life differently now. You definitely see life differently now. This person has opened up your eyes based upon their actions, and you definitely want to move away from that situation and take your life and look for love in a different way. Some people will have regrets because they will have karmic lessons that they will go through, and they will want you back. Let's go to the tarot. End of the pain and suffering for those relationships that were dragging along and really didn't end up being what you thought they were, or the pain and hurt and betrayal that people caused you. For many of you, that will finally subside this month. Someone new could be possibly coming in, tall, dark, and handsome. And I do feel you have more than one particular suitor coming in, Sagittarius, male or female, into your life. You're going to be very guarded with the Queen of Swords energy, because you're on this mental plane now of kind of coming back and protecting yourself from being hurt in the past, and definitely foregoing and protecting yourself from any potential hurt in the future. In the middle of the deck, we get the Four of Pentacles, holding on to your emotions. You're going to hold on to your finances. You're not going to be so giving as you move forward in your relationships, because if you really was giving of your all to someone in the past and they really hurt you in a foul way, it's going to put a halt on how you treat others moving forward. So you're not going to give your all in the beginning of the relationship. You're going to take your time and move slowly, as you should, with caution. As we come to a close, know that you are loved, even your challenging times, and even as you go through separations and trial relationships and, pitfalls. Know that the universe and your angels love you. This is your season of hope. So this is the month to sow seeds, not just, general in your life in general, but also romantically. A reminder that you're not alone. For my Sagittarius singles, that being single, taking time to love you, the best part of you, and to show others how to love you, is not a bad thing. Stop thinking that being single and, not being attached to someone in a relationship is horrible. It could be the best gift that you give yourself. The answer is within you. And for most of you to find what that answer is when it comes to love, you need to be single, or you need to separate yourselves from romantic commitments so you can get to find out who you are, what you value in love, what does love mean to you, so you can give that love to yourself, and then others can see what it is that you need, what you require from them in loving you in return. So love yourself as you want others to love you. Keep up the good fight, knowing that, you're going to be in and out of relationships a lot during your life, that not all the relationships are going to be that long and term, that cute rainbow at the end. You are going to have breakups. You are going to have difficulties and challenges. But within you, intuitively, you know the answer. Don't stay in relationships longer than you have to when you know they're not working. And don't gravitate towards people that you know you shouldn't, that they're showing you up front the red flags that they're not the one for you. Remember that you're loved, and as you remember that, others will remember that too. Have a beautiful April.